No matter the location, from O-A-K-L-A to L-V, I'm a Raider.
Raiders mailbag time here. Make sure that you're using hashtag Raiders or to super chat. Make sure you get featured on the show. Also, remember, every single Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific, that's how these questions get featured. All right, first one's coming in from First D 91710. Okay, Mitch, love the show. Time for us to sign Dez Bryant because of Ruggs and Bryan Edwards injuries. Well, if you would have watched my News and Rumors show, I would have said zero Chucky heads, tuck rule, tuck that on signing Dez Bryant. Guys, I get it. We're worried about not having an X receiver because Bryan Edwards was spotted in a walking boot. But let's face it, Dez Bryant is not the answer to our problems. He is washed up. He's 31 years old. And all the Raiders' moves this entire offseason have been around a youth movement. Why are they going to bring in a 31-year-old receiver who wasn't good enough to make it with the Ravens when they brought him in? He had the Achilles injury. He hasn't played since 2017. I get the name values there. But, oh my goodness, we are not going to go out in Dez Bryant, and I'm hoping John Gruden and Mike Mayock are watching this right now, and they would agree with me. It doesn't make sense to go out and get Dez Bryant at this point. If you want to get a bigger receiver, I don't know, maybe just promote a player like Keelan Doss, or maybe go out and promote a player like Marcel Aitman, somebody that is already on your team, somebody that's young, and that's not Dez Bryant. Next question coming in here for, oh my, producer Dylan's trying to trigger me. Me, myself, and Rye. Maybe this is why you're by yourself, Rye. Yo, Mitch, time to bring back AB. There's a reason why I have an FAB shirt. I will never allow Antonio Brown to be back on the Raiders team. Imagine a human being dumb enough to throw away $60 million in about 11 days. Because that's what Antonio Brown did last year. So you know what, Dylan, I'm glad we're on the same page. If you want to go get your Antonio Brown shirt, you can do it. So you can say it, you can wear it. Go to chatsports.com/FAB. It's literally the shirt that I have on right now. You can get it in white. You can get it in gray. FAB shirt, only $23.99. Thank you, me, myself, and Rye. Appreciate the question. But the only way, and I mean the only way I would even consider of going out and getting Antonio, you know what? No, wouldn't even consider it. FAB. Pick a wide receiver. We're talking about Dez. We're talking about Antonio Brown. Seeing a lot of FABs in there. If you had to pick one, I guess I would go with Dez Bryant, but you would need to be almost holding a gun to my head at this point. DB for Dez Bryant, AB for Antonio Brown, and for the Raiders, guess what? They've already kind of made a move, and that was on Monday. They went out and signed Robert Davis. Who the heck is Robert Davis? Well, he played with the Eagles last year and also with the Redskins, made one catch for the Redskins and one catch with the Philadelphia Eagles. So last year, only 2 catches, 17 yards, but the reason why they went out and got him is because they knew about the injury with Bryan Edwards, and he is 6'3", 210 pounds, which you can see here. So for me, if I'm worried about the wide receiver position, I understand, and you should be, and so is John Gruden with the injuries to Ruggs and Edwards. But going out and signing a guy off the street like AB, who, by the way, is going to be suspended for 7 games if you do go out and bring him back. So for that reason, that's another point to not bring him back. And Dez, no, I'd rather just go with Marcel Aitman or Keelan Doss at this point. Got a super chat coming in here. Appreciate it to Pito. Next couple games are going to be rough. If we can get through Bills, Chiefs, and Bucs with at least one win, I think the rest will be smooth sailing. There's no such thing as smooth sailing in the National Football League. Every game's tough. And, I mean, if the Raiders losing 34-3 last year to the Jets isn't proof of that, you just never know what can happen, right? But I'm in agreement with you. I mean, the Bills, that's a really tough game. The Chiefs are the best team in the National Football League. Luckily, you have an entire, I guess, extra week of a bye to be able to prepare for Sunday Night Football against Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. But it is a tough sled. But you're also going to be able to find a lot about this young team. Hopefully, we can get a little bit healthier and ready to rock and roll. Another super chat coming in here. Hi, Mitch. Raiders cut Tyrell Brown Joyner at the end of the season. Get a right tackle in the 2021 draft, but thoughts on 2021 free agency targets. A lot of running back targets. Wouldn't go there. I get a lot of questions about running backs. The Raiders are good in that department. There will be plenty of free agents, and yes, the Raiders are probably, I would say, going to get rid of Trent Brown. You save $14 million there. If you get rid of LaMarcus Joyner, that saves about $9 million. Okay, so do the math with me. That's 23. Get rid of Tyrell Williams. That's 11. And I mean, that's already over $33 million I just saved in 3 players. The real real player that everyone's going to talk about is what do you do with Derek Carr? Because if you move on from Carr, that's another $20 million that you're saving. So the Raiders could basically free up $50 million in cap space, which is going to be very important because there's no fans this year at games, so the Raiders are already a little bit short on money. Plus, with all the craziness going on, if the cap does come down a little bit, you need to have that extra money to be able to spend in free agency. But I will also say this. The Raiders have not done a very good job in free agency the last 2 years. Let's go to my man, R. Cameron. Get a pick. Should the Raiders go for Clay Matthews? I'm going to say no, and for the simple reason is Clay Matthews is a fun player. He had 8 sacks last year, 34 years old, not quite what he was, but he fits just a much different type of scheme than what the Raiders run. Clay Matthews is a 3-4 edge rusher, linebacker. That doesn't really fit what the Raiders have to do. Now, Carl Nassib is probably in that same category as a guy like Clay Matthews, but Nassib has looked pretty solid. Arden Key, though, has also been very good going after the quarterback. I see a lot of people hating on Cleveland Ferrell. I would actually probably say Cleveland Ferrell's been the best defensive line player for the Raiders this entire season. So for Clay, I'm going to say no. Manny Villegas, do you think Trayvon Mullen was good in Week 3? Good? Trayvon Mullen was phenomenal last week against the Patriots. Like, he was incredible. I thought he locked down Julian Edelman very well. He was, I believe, the highest-rated defender according to PFF as well. I mean, he really locked down some players, and that was with guys like Damon Arnette not playing a lot. I mean, I was very, very impressed. If you were to ask me out of all the players that I was the most impressed with last week, it was Trayvon Mullen, and I actually don't think it's too far-fetched to say that at all. Super chat coming in from Kenny. What up? What's going on with these free agents on the defensive side? I'm sick of them getting top dollar and bring nothing to the field. Love the show. Dude, I am totally with you. Knock on wood if you're with Kenny here. But, I mean, Corey Littleton, I would say through 3 weeks, has been the worst Raiders defender. I mean, when the Raiders signed Corey Littleton, I was ecstatic. I was freaking out here on the show. And he's been bad. LaMarcus Joyner also has been bad. But I'm with you, Kenny, where I'm wondering, how the heck can all these great defenders suddenly, as soon as they come to the Raiders, suck? It's either a Paul Guenther issue or it's a players not wanting to play issue. And you know what? Perfect. Got another super chat coming in from Chili Man. Mitch, fire Guenther, hire Wade Phillips. You know, you're not the first person to bring up the Wade Phillips comparison for the simple fact of we do have 2 other, I guess, Rams players. But this isn't what I would think they would do. Now, I think Wade Phillips is a great defensive mind, and yes, he is technically available to go out and hire right now. But the move is simple. It's going to be Rod Marinelli. The reason why the Raiders and John Gruden won Rod Marinelli is because Marinelli was a part of the defensive. He was the DC in Tampa back in 2002 when John won the Super Bowl with Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and that's why they brought in Marinelli, because they knew if Paul Guenther couldn't get it done, you had at least a reliable 70-year-old man to go out and get the job done. So, Chili, here we go. Should the Raiders go out and fire Paul Guenther? I'm going to make this the pinned comment on today's video. Y for yes or N for no? Let me know in the comment section. Colin says yes. I got Devin saying yes. Chili says yes. Anthony, Vic, Leonardo. I haven't seen a single no yet. So, Paul Guenther, you better get it together quick because Raider Nation is talking, and they're saying your seat is awfully, awfully hot. Next question coming in from Jeff Rogers. Make sure that you're using hashtag Raiders. Got 1,400 people watching live, and the easiest way, though, to get your questions on the show is to super chat. Let's go out and sign Eric Reid. I mean, if you don't like my earlier me saying potentially Earl Thomas, Eric Reid, how this man is still unemployed, I'm not sure. And if you're like, oh, Mitch, well, Eric Reid and Jonathan Abram are basically the same safety, you know, you're actually right there. Eric Reid could also play a little bit of linebacker to help maybe fill in a role of a Kwiatkoski. But if you're like, well, he's a strong safety, true. He had 130 tackles last year, but he is a better defender than Eric Harris. Sorry. I mean, it's just the truth. If you're looking to bring a tough physical guy to your defense, it's Eric Reid. Do I know why he's still unsigned right now? No, I don't, because in my opinion, he is, I would say, a starting caliber safety on half the teams in the National Football League. Honestly, he could add a lot of versatility, and he's still pretty young, and the bottom line is he is better, and I would have more confidence than him and then Eric Harris. But I don't know, man. Can we just put LaMarcus Joyner at safety and put Amik Robertson at nickel? Is that so crazy of a thought? Jordan HZ, all right, hang on. What do we do without Bryan Edwards and Henry Ruggs? I would say pray that they heal up because the Raiders' offense looked really bad in Week 3. It was a dink and dunk type of offense. And plus the fact that New England, there was some plays, they triple-teamed Darren Waller, and our receivers still couldn't get open. Now, I know I kind of ripped Derek Carr a little bit in my grades video. If you haven't seen it, please go check it out. But I expect a lot out of DC. And for DC and for the receivers not to be able to get open was a very, very frustrating thing to watch. So if we don't have Bryan Edwards or Henry Ruggs, you're going to see guys being called up from the practice squad. Let's go to Mike Clark here. Buffalo let up 30 points in 2 out of 3 games. Do you think our offense is better than the Rams and the Dolphins? Better than the Dolphins, yes. Better than the Rams when fully healthy? I'll also say yes, but right now with the injuries, I'm going to go and say no. When you look at the game, though, the over-under in this one is 52 points. The Bills, they are favorites by 3 on the road. The one deal, the one bet I'm going to be making, no doubt on this one, is I am going to be absolutely hammering, and I mean hammering, the over-under. Like, I am betting the over that the Raiders and Bills combined for more than 52 points. I mean, look at the Raiders' first 3 games here, right? Week 1, 65 total points. Week 2, 58 total points. Week 3, 56 total points. I'm telling y'all right now, if you want to make some extra money, go to chatsports.com/Raiders. Use promo code Raiders125 and bet the over on Raiders against the Bills. There's going to be a lot of points scored in this game. So what you do, put down $100, you get $125 for free, and then when you're there, go bet the over on the Raiders versus the Bills because 52 points, there's going to be more scored. The way that you go take advantage of this offer is by going to chatsports.com/Raiders. Super Chat, what's up, my man, Robert? Hey, Mitch, what do you think of this play calling? Check down City, limiting wide receivers' ability, not having Ruggs to stretch the field. The reason why it's check down City is because Ruggs and because they don't have the speed to really stretch it out. And I am also going to put some blame on John Gruden. John needs to be a little bit more creative. They need to have a little bit more fun on offense. And Derek needs to trust his offensive line. But it's hard to when John Simpson and Gabe Jackson played as bad as what they did last week. All right, let's go to this one here. Anthony, will Marcus Mariota start over Derek Carr in the future? You know, I don't drink often, but when I do, it's because I get questions like this. Mariota at this point can't be trusted to start. I mean, he was horrible at training camp. He had no chemistry with receivers. And so for me, the only way Mariota is possibly going to start is with Derek Carr potentially getting injured. So, sorry, Anthony. I do not anticipate whatsoever Mariota starting. All right, we'll do maybe one more question here. All right, Devin, what up, my man? And also, we'll get some more questions in about 15, 20 minutes so you can continue to use #Raiders. We need to sign Earl now. Our defense needs a captain like him to win a football game. So if Earl Thomas signs, he's not going to be a captain, and he shouldn't be a captain on any football team. But do I agree that the Raiders need to at least call him? Yes. Do I think he would help the defense? Yes, absolutely. The only people that are saying right now to not give Earl Thomas a chance, in my opinion, are people that don't think that the Raiders can win right now. If you think the Raiders can win right now, you go out and get them. If not, then yes, you let them go. So I want you guys to set a reminder on your phones right now, whatever you got to do. The Raiders Report is live every single Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific. If you want to get your questions featured on the Raiders Report, you got to join the Tuesday live shows, all right? So you join them, you use #Raiders, you super chat, and we can have a good time. We got 1,600 people watching now, and I know not all of you are subscribed, so please go ahead and hit that sub button. Another way to get featured is hit me up on IG. I'm at MitchellRenz365. If you give me a follow, I'm always down to talk Raiders. If you give me a follow, you can see what's going on in my life, and then, yes, I share some extra, Raiders opinions there. So shout out to King of Mine, Nathaniel Miller, and then BBB1_36 for the follows. If you guys, I'll be sharing more people that follow me on IG. I'll give some shout outs here in a little bit too. All right, Mike W, Super Chat. We need AB. Natural fit contract would be extremely friendly. Sign Burfict and Thomas. Oh, promote the kids too. Hang on a second. You know what I'm going to do, right? I mean, it's FAB. I'm not going to go out and get Antonio Brown. You can't say that he's a natural fit in our offense when he literally, imagine this. Imagine a grown man throwing away $60 million in 11 days with the Raiders and with the Patriots. I mean, it's mind-blowing, right? And then him throwing bags of there's just so much other crap, and he's suspended 7 games this year. Don't throw away $60 million. Instead, go to chatsports.com/FAB because this man does not deserve to be a Raider. He deserves to be made fun of, and that's what I did here with this shirt. Only $23.99. Chatsports.com/FAB. Raider Nation, what's going on? Is this the #1 Raiders channel on YouTube? For Chucky Heads, believe it, baby. And if you haven't already, subscribe right here. I'm giving you Chucky Heads, news, rumors, Raider Nation rumors. And look at this, I'm making your life easier. Check out my next video. Thanks for watching, and go Raiders.